You can tell when things are hotting up in a particular sector of the motorhome market when Swift decides to enter it. And this is its entry into the campervan sector. Campervans seem to be just growing and growing in popularity at the moment. And Swift have seized their opportunity with this, the Monza. It's based on Ford's Transit Custom in Tornado trim with titanium specifications. So it's a pretty high spec base vehicle to start with. And Swift have given it a pretty stylish makeover as well, converting it into an elevating roof campervan. Let's go and have a look inside. So the Monza comes on Ford's more upmarket Transit Custom in Tornado level. So it started life as an MPV, so it's got lots of extra trim inside. Metallic paint is a no-cost option. There's a choice of 4 colors, and then you've got these rather stylish alloy wheels on 17-inch tires. Swift adds the elevating roof, of course, and that comes from SCA in Germany. There's also an awning rail with light, that comes from Rymo. There's a step here, just inside this sliding door. There's a sliding door on the other side as well. So the step is from Thule, it just slides out. There's still a sort of 30-centimeter gap between the step and the floor to negotiate, but as you can see, the Ford does sit rather high otherwise. Inside, first thing you'll notice is the rear seat bed, which comes from Rymo. It's a Variotech model, so it's on rails. So you've got the flexibility of it can slide forward to give you more luggage space in the back, or you can have it all the way back when you're on site and you just want as much living space as possible. Now, I've already done over 100 miles in this particular Monza, and I'm set for a couple of hundred more. And I must say I'm enjoying every single mile because it's such a lovely vehicle to drive. It's the 130 PS engine with the standard 6-speed manual transmission. Automatic would be tempting, but that's nearly another £2,000 more. Or you can go for an engine upgrade in terms of power. I think the 130 PS is more than enough for a vehicle like this. It's a very car-like environment here in the cab. There's a nice padded steering wheel, lots of controls on the steering wheel itself. Air conditioning is standard. Don't forget, this is the Tornado with titanium specifications, so there is a lot of kit here on board. Quick clear windscreen, electric folding mirrors, 12-volt and USB sockets, and then there's the infotainment system here that includes a reversing camera. Surprisingly, it doesn't have sat-nav, but other than that, I'd say this is a very well-equipped cab. Now the Monza, because of its sliding seat, does manage to offer a lot of daytime living space. This is the seat in its furthest back position, so you'll have to assume there's no luggage behind you. But look at this for space, especially as you've got a freestanding table that you can just move around to your heart's content. One little bugbear in storage, it goes on the back of the end of the seat here, so it's not particularly easy to retrieve when the weather's bad, or indeed when you've got a lot of other luggage behind you. But having said that, I love all this space. This is the black interior with the leather upholstery option. It's nearly £2,000 as an optional extra. It does make for a rather dark interior, although with the roof up, you can open the side windows and the front and side panels. And of course, there are lots of windows all round as well. Having said that, if you want a different finish to the furniture, you can go for a cream option at no extra cost. Now the Monza really can sleep 4. As you can see, we've converted the downstairs seat into a double bed, and there's a bit of extra width from the padding on the side here. It's a fairly straightforward operation to flip everything over. Bear in mind the leather upholstery option stops short of offering leather on the bed, which most people aren't going to want, to be honest. So you've got a nice fabric top. It's quite a softish bed as well, so there's some good support here. Possibly the main bed, though, is up above, and there's a strap just above me here. You pull it down, and there's a one-piece mattress overhead with this extra support from Froley's springing. So the beauty of that is if there's only 2 of you, you've got the upstairs bed you can use everything, have everything else downstairs in situ in daytime mode, if you like. For getting up to bed, Swift also add a ladder. There are thermal blinds to go on the cab windows, and as you can see, these curtains probably pre-production because they should be a tight fit. Now, there's no surprises really with the kitchen in the Monza. It's a typical camper van, 2 gas burners and a sink in a stainless steel combined unit with separate smoked glass lids. The worktop here is rather stylish. It's got a brushed metal effect to it, and you'll notice the curves going all the way down to here, where there's a rather clever pull-out section of shelving. That's handy for storage. In fact, storage all round is pretty good. This one is a drawer. Deep enough for more than just your cutlery. There's quite a large locker here as well, and a locker back here. The locker here is part of the kitchen, admittedly, but you'll probably retain the portable toilet that comes as standard in here, leaving you just a bit of shelf space above. Swift offers the option of a mini grill should you want to put it in, although just do bear in mind that does steal a lot of storage space. And finally, we're onto the compressor fridge, a slightly unusual design in that it's drawer style, so the whole lot pulls out. There's a single shelf in here, but you're going to need to remove that if you want to store bottles, etc. upright. So the sliding door on the Offside does have a couple of purposes. Just push it back here and you'll see there's access to this for the shower attachment. Or there's the back of the toilet. Now, if you want, you can just take the toilet out when you're wanting to empty it without having to cart it through the van itself. Or another possible use is if you've got your toilet tent or your awning on this side, you might just want to whip the toilet out and put it in straight in there. There are lots of details in this Monza as well, but a lot of them centre around this instrument panel here, where the main switches are for the lights and the fridge. There's a voltage indicator because there's a solar panel on the roof, a double USB portal and a main socket, and then this control down here is for the Eberspacher heater. There's a strip light under here. There's good lighting throughout, actually. There are bullet lights all along this side, twin reading lights on stalks up in the roof there. And then these reading lights back here are individually switched and come with a dimmer function. 2 speakers at the back here as well. And then you've got a nice little wardrobe here, which is dual function. So if you don't want it to hang your clothes from, there's a shelf here you can put in, and then you can just use it for other items. And then over on this side, you've got the switch for the slide out step, a double USB portal, and then a switch for the awning light. So there we have it then, the Monza from Swift. It's very competitively priced. It's a camper van that really does have a high specification overall. I think you'll be impressed by Ford's Transit in Tourneo trim here. What's not to like, quite frankly?